Mr. D? This is Jim.
What's up, Jim? How's it going?
I am trying to prepare your 2020 taxes and...
Ah, okay. That's okay. Just file me an extension.
A what? Extension?
Yeah, you heard me.
Mr. D, there's no reason for you to
Well,
file...
there's plenty of reason for me to file an extension. I just need an extension for this year. That's all.
Look, Mr. D, typically you don't file extension, and just because you file extension doesn't mean that there's no penalties and interest that you have to pay, even if the deadline is July 15th this year.
I said extension! EXTENSOIN. Extension!
Wait, Mr. D, extension isn't spelled like... Hello? Mr. D? Mr. D?
Hi everybody! If you have watched our April 15 video that talks about filing your taxes April 15, now you obviously have more time because of coronavirus. It has been extended to July 15. Unfortunately, many people up to today, they already probably forgot about the deadline. So right now we're getting so many phone calls. Oh my god, I don't have my QuickBooks. I don't have information, what do I do? So there's one thing that you need to do. If you cannot file your tax return by July 15, you need to file extension. Okay, what does that mean by filing extension? It means submitting the form 4868. It is a form that you submit to tell IRS that you want an extension to file, and then you automatically get like 6 months of extension up to October 15 for your 1040. But what I want to caution you is an extension to file is really not an extension to pay. So which means if you originally have a tax balance of $10,000, you have to pay the $10,000 regardless, because by filing an extension does not mean that you can wait all the way to October to pay off the $10,000 balance. Now, there are actually pros and cons filing extension, right? The pros that if you're missing information, like if your QuickBooks is all over the place, you don't reconcile it properly, and again, if you want to understand why reconciliation is important, you can click this video. If you don't have complete information, missing deductions, missing tax documents, missing K1s, K1 is a form that you receive if you own multiple business with other partners, then it does not make sense for you to file a tax return because it won't be accurate, right? Now, another benefit of filing extension is obviously if you owe a balance, right? And if you don't file, then you have late filing. Now, the late filing penalty is ugly. It's 5% every month, and it can go all the way up to 25%, and people just don't realize it. Filing extension is an easy thing to do. It costs you nothing, but now if you don't file, then suddenly if your tax balance is 100K, then you have to pay 25% of penalty. Ooh, that's a lot. Now, if you ask me, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that everybody should file extension, right? I give you a few reasons why you should. And as an office, we really believe that we want business owners to be proactive. So the word is proactive, meaning anything that you do, think ahead, plan ahead. Because there's a saying: if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? If you don't do proactive tax planning, if you don't budget, you don't forecast, you don't plan, for sales strategies or your business goals, and tax planning is actually part of business planning, right? Tax planning is to make sure that you are efficient. So the disadvantage of filing extension is that many business owners, when their CPA tell them, because of lack of tax planning, suddenly, you realize that, oh, I owe $10,000, I owe $15,000, or sometimes, I owe $100,000. So I want to file an extension because I don't want to deal with it, because emotionally I'm not ready to deal with it. But the fact of the matter is that your penalties and interest will keep accruing, whether you file your tax return or not. So in that case, I really strongly recommend that if you feel like your deductions are all considered and you have a full complete tax return, then I recommend that you file your tax return and just ask for installment. Right? At that point, there's really no need for you to file extension. And then, you know, procrastinate and drag it all the way to October, because you'll be incurring a lot of penalties and interest. The other thing is that if you feel like you did not plan well, you know, for 2019 to be in an optimum tax position, then why not just, you know, file the tax return by July 15 and then focus on optimizing your tax position in year 2020. And there are many ways that you could, you know, there are many strategies that you could consider for tax planning. There's, you know, ways of how you can do deferral, income shifting, maximize deductions. You should talk to, you know, an accountant, or you should talk to your CPA. If not, you know, reach out to us and we would love to help you. Okay, if you like this video and you would like to support us, please like, share, and subscribe, and please ask us any questions or comments. Any comments you want to share with us below. We will be very happy to hear from you. See you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.